Sweet. We just go right in. We just jumping right in. No intro, no nothing. What's up, chat? How you doing? Here we are, baby. I can do it. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. That's the TFTG intro right there. Acapella. So, what was the reason we're going live? Do tell.
Everything's good with the Dolphins. Then, oh yeah, here it is, early Sunday morning. Thought you were gonna have a quiet weekend. Not on my watch. They go ahead and friggin' rework Minka Fitzpatrick's deal, which is dope, which is good. I'm happy about that. It was something we knew was coming. You know, there was a little pushback in the community about, Minka, he doesn't want a contract. No, of course he does. You don't go to a different team and don't rework the contract you with. So it was an inevitability. You know, hit the like button.
That's part of what got the trade done. Hey, if I sign with y'all, you're gonna let me rework? You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah. Now, listen, I'll come to Miami. I'll get my number 29 back, but I also want to get some Miami dollars. It wasn't a lot. Didn't take a lot to work it out.
Yeah, what was it? $2 million extra you got?
$2 million extra on this year's contract. He took his contract from I forget what it was, but now he's getting $17.5 million in 2025.
Right. So if you take that extra $2 million on his contract, right, and you get the total of what he's being paid by us, does it even come close to what we were paying Jalen Ramsey?
No, Jalen Ramsey.
Then nobody should be upset about it. No, right. Then nobody should be upset about it. We saved money still. See, they're under the assumption that we spent extra money because Minkah got himself an extra $2 million, but they forget that what we were already paying for that position.
Run, dude, run.
Oh, we got that. We got that South Carolina cricket ass.
No, I'm in Florida.
Oh, are you?
I'm in Florida. I'm going to South
Carolina. Oh shit.
Yeah, this is right by St. Augustine. Yeah, I'm going to South Carolina. Man. Hit the like button, color. Keep an eye on that chat on there. I see a couple of the fools in here.
Yeah, it's cool because it actually has the chat scrolling up right below the screen, and it's like my username, not the TFTG admin. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I can't.
What's up, Jermaine?
I can't read
Michael K. Cat for Life. I saw a Jamaican from Zion in there.
Yeah, I seen Jamaican from Zion. I can always tell it's him because he's got the flag on his friggin' Avi. So. Yeah, make sure
flag,
hitting that like button.
The great flag of Ja.
Exactly.
Let Ja be praised.
Yeah, so I mean, it was something to happen. Now I hear Dolphin fans are like, oh, how could they get this done before they get Zack Sieler's contract done? I mean, is Zack Sieler going to feel a certain kind of way? Is that what's going on right now?
I mean, I don't know, but it seems pretty interesting.
I mean,
like, it's Zack Sieler again. You know what I mean? Like, has people figured out we're just not going to pay this guy? I mean, it's wrong, but I mean, at what point do we say, okay, you know, kind of like when are we getting an offensive lineman? You know?
I know. Well, again, and I keep telling people this about the offensive line and about that stuff. In this scheme, you're gonna run any and every offensive lineman completely ragged. Going to have them up and down. They're never, just they're constantly asking you to get out into space and run upfield in this scheme. In which case, you're better off just getting a lot of guys than getting the guy. I know people want a starting five, and that's good in theory, but in this scheme, in today's NFL, you need a little bit more mobility, in which case guys are lighter and smaller at the O-line, in which case they're going to get beat up a little bit more.
Yeah, you end up getting on the offensive line. It ends up becoming less of a who's the starter and who's the backup than it is. Look, it's highly specialized each spot. If we're running this play in this scheme, I might stick this guy in at right tackle because he's better at this certain thing. It seems to be a little more specialized with the way Mike McDaniel's thinking about it, each individual offensive lineman. I mean, yeah, you got your backups. You got your guys that are like, okay, I'll back up him. But ultimately, I'm going to end up going in the game on X, Y, and Z play because homie over there can't pull this way or can't do this certain move. You know what I mean?
You have personnel packages in some ways,
right?
But
right.
It's all more important that you have guys that understand the scheme and can physically do it, rather than having like a bookend anchor like top flight guy.
Right. So there's only one or two guys that are like born pure starting offensive linemen, and the rest of them are like, you're a starter. Whenever we run this play, you're the starter. You're the A. You're the 1A on these plays.
In a perfect world, you've got 5 Aaron Brewers on this offensive.
Right. Or you should say Aaron Brewers at their particular gift.
At their position, that's right. A guy,
right. Whatever McDaniel has decided their specialty is.
Exactly. But
it's more specialized is all it is, which makes sense for a West Coast offense. I mean,
hit the like button, everybody. I see we got about 20 in the room right now. Get those likes up. We're only going to go live for I don't know, maybe an hour. Maybe we'll go longer. Who the hell knows? We'll see how long we can do this.
I'm surprised I'm surprised the bee's nest wasn't stirred when Minkah got a new contract.
Yeah, I got you.
Guess everybody's at church today. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's 5:30. Church is over now.
You don't do the evening service?
I mean, I guess somebody might, but that seems crazy.
They let you wear shorts at the evening service, bro.
They don't judge you. You can walk in rags, bro, at the church, bro. They don't care. They just want you there. Make sure. What's up, everybody? Cat for Life, I see. Grumpy, Michael K, Jimmy. What's going on, everyone? Hit the like button. Yeah. So, Zack Sieler, is he going to start feeling some kind of way? Is he going to start? I don't know. I mean, where's the seniority in that? You know what I'm saying? Like, here I am, been with this team, been soldiering, been a good boy, been literally one of the more underpaid guys at his position for the output. He has given you more than your financial worth every single year.
Yeah, and that's the thing, bro. He's our standout. He's the one guy on our team that you can say that you can go to bat against any other fan base with. He's the one guy we can legit say, hey, you can't knock this guy. You could argue he's our best player. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. When we go to another fan base and say, "Oh, you better watch out for Sieler," you know what I mean? We got clout there. You know what I mean? Like,
it's zero. Like, what could you ask the guy for?
His arm's not strong enough. He's got to tackle two guys with one arm. I mean,
no. I mean, he's a leader. He's a lunch pail guy. He's the type of dude that's going to do the right thing.
He got to run out there and fill in for Cater Kuhu now too. I mean,
he's definitely not freaking getting involved in any off-field nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Not unless you're an alligator. I mean,
literally, yeah, that's right. If you a hog, you might not like him so much.
You might have some.
Some animal rights PETA mofos might not like the guy or something.
Disorderly conduct when it comes to the hogs, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's pretty much all I can see as far as criticism you can give a guy like that. If you have some personal gripes.
Matter of fact, we're gonna nickname Zack Sieler the Anaconda, bro. He's the Anaconda, bro.
I don't like calling men the Anaconda. It kind of bothers me. We got to work.
But think about his arm. Think about his arm just tackling people by itself, bro. It's like an anaconda, man.
I guess so. I mean, you could call him, I don't know, maybe the albino gorilla. That would be kind of cool. I don't know. We could workshop the Sieler nickname later.
Why's it got to be an albino?
I mean, it's kind of how it is, ain't it? I mean, that is what it is. I don't like calling another man anaconda color. To be honest with you, it kind of bothers me.
Well, we could call him the orangutan.
I like that.
Because isn't he a ginger? He's kind of ginger, ain't he? You call him the orangutan.
I don't know. He's just good old country boy, bro. I don't think he got anything else other than that. He's got that fucking country ass country blood.
Yeah, he's got too much. He's got too much of a soul to be a ginger. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a joke. I love all my ginger friends out there.
Everybody calm the fuck down.
But the stereotype is that they ain't got no soul, man. This is the way it is.
Listen, give me a soulless son of a bitch on a football field. That's what I want out there. That's my nigga soul. That's my nigga soul.
Well, we got a soulless son of a bitch on the team. It's our quarterback.
It's our who?
It's our quarterback.
Oh, I don't know about that. Ain't he all preachy and shit?
Bro, soul says.
Which one are you talking about? You got Tua, the big time, Christian, all that stuff, and then you got.
I mean, I guess if you're talking about you got
another one that's a dedicated Mormon, and you got the other one that's like a dedicated Christian. How are either one of these soulless? Is it yours?
Well, I get what you're saying. Like if you're talking about off the field soul, like in his life, he's got soul, yeah, but inspired football play, nah, not even close. No soul whatsoever.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Let's see where you're going. Hey, I kind of like that name Liz put, the Cobra. I like that.
The Cobra. All right.
I'm feeling the Cobra.
Yeah, because not only is he big and can knock you down like a cobra, but he can also
venomous as fuck.
Right, exactly. He's gonna leave you with that bite on the way out too.
Yeah, I like that. Oh shit, you trash Eminem Dolphin. I can't see a lot on there, but I can see that. What the hell?
What is that?
Said Cap is trash. What is wrong with him? That's Cap.
Who's that? M. Who's M?
He's like a wannabe rapper, Eminem. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's like Texas half rapper. Eminem. He's just M. All right.
He's half of Eminem. He's just M.
Yeah, he's just M.
Hit the like button, everybody.
He's one half of Eminem.
Yeah. He's a sucked on Eminem. Gross.
Right. He's one of them peanut butter M&Ms. No, he's one of them peanut butter M&Ms where you eat off all the chocolate in the shell and you just got the peanut butter ball left,
Gross. Anyhow, I wonder, chat. I'm asking chat right now. Zack Sieler, is he gonna feel some kind of way? Is he going to feel some kind of way now that here's looking at Minkah? Minkah just came back to the team. He been good soldiering.
I mean, Sieler might want to change his position to cornerback, dude. I don't know. Maybe he'll get paid then.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't know, bro. I just
I'm a
gotta
traveling
imagine.
corner. I'm a traveling corner. I travel all the way to the defensive line.
Yeah, so my cousin Kenny, Minka Fitzpatrick, got his contract. He reworked like he wanted to. He's now earning $17.5 million in 2025. He's getting $2 more million to play this year, but he has no guarantees next year. So he's kind of betting on himself. I don't really know how that works in because I do know he has $15.6 million on his contract for 2024, but there must be some kind of opt-in thing. The
Yo, how
Dolphins are.
did cornerbacks get to be $17 million, bro?
He's a safety. He's a
Or
safety
safety. Like, how did DBs get that high, bro? Like, what do they do?
because it's a passing league, and if you can stop
I
people from
guess, but
passing,
none of them are stopping anybody. It's a passing league. You just said it's a passing league. The reason it's a passing league is because nobody can stop the pass. So
true
why are
that.
these guys all getting paid, bro? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just weird. I mean, think about it. How often do you hear the name of the free safety called during a game, bro?
I don't know. Keep an
Maybe
eye on
that's
that
why they
chat,
get paid so
Color.
much. Maybe that's why they get paid so much because you don't ever have problems with them. You don't ever hear their name. Yeah, weird. Yeah.
I don't know if chat agrees with it or not. Whether or not Zack Sieler. What is chat? What is everybody in chat thinking right now? Is Zack Sieler going to feel a little certain kind of way? Is he, just going to be the constant professional that he has been and just show up and know that something's going to get done? We did see, or actually see, Ali said that he's seen Mike McDaniel all buddy buddy with Zack Sieler when they were
Hmm.
stretching out, spending all the time with him. There's also propaganda photos circulating where there's Tua and Zack Sieler sitting together with the team watching practice and stuff. He's sitting at the cool kids table, Color. He's
Well,
sitting
yeah,
at the cool kids table.
he's sitting at the we're the only ones left from the original crew table. That's what he's sitting at.
I mean, yeah, I gotta imagine that the Dolphins are gonna take care of him at some point. Zach Sealer's
Yeah.
really getting like with incentives, it's like 8.2 million or 8.3 million this year or
Hmm.
something like
Hmm.
that. It is so low. I think in actual cap space, it's like 12 mil for him this year, and even that is low.
So, do you think this is the start of McDaniel's way of going to bat for the players the way he does? Like he first puts it out
Oh
there,
yeah,
the
oh
optics that
yeah,
he's like buddy buddy with this
oh
guy, so
yeah,
Stephen Ross can see that. Oh, McDaniel really needs this guy, really wants this guy. You know what I mean? And
oh yeah.
yeah.
This is the patty cake game they play.
So then that
This
suggests
is
that the higher ups are the ones pushing back, not anybody that knows football. You know what I mean?
I don't necessarily know that the higher ups are even pushing back. I think it's just the devil in the details.
Well, that's what I
Because
mean.
here's
I
what
don't
I'm
mean
hearing:
pushing back. I mean that they're being what they are. They're being
diligent.
bookkeepers and right and thrifty and whatever else. Yeah, they're thinking about their bottom line. They're a business, so yeah, that's what I meant by pushing back. You got to struggle to get anything out of your boss. You know how it is. You can be Deion Sanders and still have to negotiate for your contract.
Well, I mean, listen,
Which, by the way, there's my
employers want to.
answer to the question earlier. The reason corners and DBs are paid so much is because of Deion Sanders and his career.
I mean, I guess, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody
He got his
sees
dues
that.
paid.
They see somebody like Jalen Ramsey and they're like, oh, he's just like Deion. Throw him the bag. You know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? Zach Sealer, I gotta imagine that it's a little bit of what I've been hearing that he wants. Okay. Number
Mm-hmm.
one, he wants more money this year. And I'm hearing it's like a couple mil, right? But he doesn't just want that. He wants that new flat rate, which I'm guessing is still going to be on the low side. It's going to be like 13 million, which for defensive tackles, especially with his production, is still a bargain. But I think he doesn't. I think what I'm hearing is that It's this year, and he wants next year guaranteed. Which, if I was him and I was his people, that's what I'd be fighting for. I'd be fighting for that. And the Dolphins, whether or not they plan on keeping him and or keeping this regime for the foreseeable future, heading into 2026, if they were to say pull the plug and be on a fire sale in a tank year next year, just say, at the minimum, Zack Sieler, you own the rights for him at this point. Whether you want to keep him and have him be the next pillar with some of the young guys, or you want to sell him as a tradable asset, that's still, I mean, I can't. If I
Sounds
was
like he
putting
needs a
Zack,
new agent, man. Who's his agent, bro?
I think his agent's Drew Rosenhaus, dude. I don't think he needs a new agent.
Wow.
I'm
It
pretty
just
sure
seems to me like he should have been ringing the bell a year ago, like everybody else who got paid did. I mean, are we going to see Zack Sieler come out before the end of training camp with doing the whole "show me the money" thing? I mean,
I
it's
don't
just
know. I
funny how
doubt it.
everybody else can get
I don't think that's how he gets down.
paid for what they've already done. Everybody else can get paid for what they
No,
deserve,
everybody can get paid for what they might.
or what they deserve. You know? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of odd to me, dude. You know, a part of it is probably it's probably part of his nature and personality that he don't do what the other guys do when it comes to ringing heads for more money. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. hmm So S. Harris thinks they because they just created room. He's pretty sure they're going to pay him. That's S. Harris's opinion. I tend to agree. hmm Right, in case we got to bring Xavier in.
Somebody goes down,
Christian Wilkins.
Christian Wilkins. I mean, I don't know. I I think over
Oh.
the next week or so, we're gonna hear the Zack Sieler contract in there. Everybody hit the like button, man. We need to get these likes up. Look at this
Yeah,
nonsense. Those
I
likes
kind of agree. I'm agreeing with S. Harris here. He says makes no sense for the locker room and what they say they stand for if they don't pay him. Yeah, I mean that's what
Yeah,
their
exactly.
mo has been.
Yeah,
Their mo has been player friendly, get the players paid even if they're not worth it. You know what I
do
mean?
the
So
right thing by
here's
the
a guy that's
players.
actually worth it. You know what I mean? And he should
Yeah,
get
I
paid.
know, right? You see, you could say, oh, they didn't do right by Christian Wilkins, but guess what? Christian Wilkins made $50 million for a year, 5 games in a year of football. They did plenty right by him, you know.
Meanwhile, what
And
was Zach Sealer doing while Christian Wilkins was sitting on the bench out there?
sitting on the
Like,
bench. Well, yeah. I mean, Zack Sieler was out there dominating, is what he's doing.
doing
Dominating.
what he did when Christian Wilkins was here.
I'm saying. I'm saying.
Mm. Mm.
I'm saying.
It's a weird,
Yes, he's due
weird world the NFL is.
17.5 mil Minkah this year.
Imagine if like a nation actually functioned like the NFL, dude. That'd be crazy.
I mean,
Oh, wait a minute. Some people they do. Some people call that China.
yeah, a little bit.
All the important, all the important people get all the money. You know,
I
the
would
peasants.
say,
Nah,
to
forget the
me,
peasants. We'll just move them
I
when we
would
want
say,
to build a dam somewhere. We'll just move 1 million people.
I would say that if Zack Sieler got a new deal, it would be like a $24 million new contract, but it'll be like 10 million in guaranteed plus incentives
Mm-hmm.
this year, 10 million in guaranteed plus incentives next year, and that's gonna put That's going to put like four.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah,
my grinder.
that's going to put probably $4 million in his pocket this year, and that's going to make him happy. And then the Dolphins are on the hook. That's kicking the can, but let's not act like this team has to be kicking the can every for the course. So I think that's
And by the way,
they're going to have to
what they did with Minka is actually part of what the article I was reading about what the Eagles have done the last couple of years and how they're doing things and how the league, the rest of the teams
talk about it.
are trying to copy it with this whole 1 year contract thing that where they keep kicking everything down the curve because they know that the salary cap's going to increase exponentially. We've been implementing that plan. Like at least some people have suggested in articles that I've been reading that, this is what the Dolphins have been doing. And it makes sense when you look at what we just did with Minka again. It's like Cap's pointing it out. We reworked everything, gave him extra money, blah, blah, blah. But it's only nothing's guaranteed next year. So
It's essentially moving
we're kicking the can down the curb. You know what I mean?
it's 1 year deals where they hold the rights on them and some money next year. In which case, depending on how the player performs this year,
Right. And for all of those that become the next Deion Sanders, oh well, we can still pay though. We don't have to get rid of them. You know what I mean? But if they don't take another step forward, we don't have any like back end problems with getting them out of the building. You know what I mean? You're not hamstringing yourself by
no,
all
I
your
know.
players.
It's how the NFL is done, not for long league. These multiple year deals that a lot of money's wasted, teams are learning it the hard way. The Raiders just learned it the hard way. You know what I'm saying? 50 million for 5
Yeah, it's
games.
what do you
I
call
mean,
that
Christian
money? It's
Wilkins
the
is making
what do they call that? The money that they can get out of.
that. Well, there's dead cap, but voidable year.
Void years. That's what the Eagles have been doing. Is like giving them a bunch of void years. So it makes the contract look huge and
Yeah.
big, but it really isn't.
Well, it is because it's giving them new money, but they're spreading it out over a lot of years. And I mean, look,
And
it
if
can create
anything
its own
crazy
different
happens, they
problem.
can void those years.
It can create its own problem, but if you've got a decent team right now with the way the cap is going up every year, now is the time to strike. If you've got talent that you want to keep, and you got holes like a couple of holes that you can find talent to get, you can really manipulate in a way because the cap is just jumping up so much.
Well, the article had also mentioned that the reason the Eagles had started implementing this plan a couple seasons ago is because they're aware their projections are telling them what the cap will be going forward. And they also know, just like the Dolphins do, this is what the article was suggesting as to why the Dolphins or what the Dolphins' actual time frame is. You know what I mean? As far as
Yeah.
windows and all that, everybody in the league is kicking the can down the curb because they all know that the network contract is going to be renegotiated in 2030. And they know based on all these new streaming services, based on the fact that the NFL has gone 50% pay-per-view, you know what I mean? They know that in 2030, when that contract gets renegotiated, they're going to have a huge windfall of salary cap for the entire league. They know that. So they're all doing these 1 year kick it down the curb contracts until they're all ready to actually bang it out in 2030. 2030 and 2031 should be killer years for the NFL as far as the number of teams that are competitive. You know what I mean? That that's what they're projecting, across the league. Mm-hmm.
And they're also going to be looking to maybe have like max deals per positions. I'm telling you, it's on the way. They're going to need to
Mm-hmm.
mitigate the inflation internally, because if they don't, you're going to find lopsided, teams like you do now, and they're trying to remain competitive. So, if you got a great quarterback and but you can't afford him because you put yourself in cap trouble, then that's on you, dog. You know what I'm saying? And it might create a new landscape for the NFL. So, I don't know. There's going to be definitely some differences going on over these next few years with the money influx all the way around. And it just looks like they're laying out groundwork all over the place to address the money that they are going to be getting. I mean, let's call for this. These owners, these markets, they want to keep that money. They're not trying to give it away. That players are going to make it. Also, players are being smart too. Think about it like this: if you're a great athlete, you're on top of your game, and you got a good brand, you can, maybe it might behoove you to only be on the hook for a year and then some more, so you can come to the negotiation tables with your team or another team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I think in the long run, I think those void years actually do benefit the players, because if the teams have a bunch of void years and the player is ready to go test the market for whatever reason, that makes it a lot easier for both to cut ties with each other. You know what I mean?
It does. It does. But also it gives the player a little bit of leverage. Hey, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this year you paid me 18 million, but because 4 of that million is front loaded to this year, I'm only on the books for 9 million or whatever next year. I want
Right.
more. So I can get more money from. And if you don't want to give me more money, then I'm going to ask for a trade,
And who
a la
benefits?
Jalen
And
Ramsey.
who benefits from the players playing their ass off? The fans.
The fans, yeah. I mean, that's it's pretty easy right there. I was going to say they're agents, but what do I know? So, I'm not too worried about the Zack Sieler not getting his contract. I know it's going to happen. Between how chummy Zack Sieler is with Tua right now, and how chummy Mike McDaniels is getting with Zack Sieler, he's going to get his deal. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah, I think it's a mountain out of a molehill right now, dude. I think the fans are just getting antsy because they want something to bitch about, and want something to, or want something to be paranoid about. I guess, you know what I mean. Like, oh, are we gonna have Zach this year? You know,
Well,
it's
I will
amazing.
say
It's amazing
this.
how many people are willing to go out there and march for other people's pocketbooks, dude. It's amazing to me.
There's been a bit of a mantra with the Dolphins this year as far as what they're putting on. They're talking about toughness, accountability, and they're talking about, like, in purview to those two things is distractions. And number one, for anyone who didn't know, it was apparent that Minka Fitzpatrick wanted a new deal when he came to Miami. For anyone who doesn't know, it's apparent that Zack Sieler wants a new contract
Mm-hmm.
before he takes a snap in 2025. But the lack of distraction, because both players are at practice, both players are putting it in, and it's just quiet. The only distraction really going right now is the Tyreek Hill stuff. But even
Right.
Tyreek Hill hasn't said a peep about it. It's been quiet. It's been, I don't want to say subdued or submissive, Tyreek Hill, but it's certainly been one in which he hasn't made it worse. Yeah, Tua's kind of mentioned it and stuff like that, but listen, I can be critical of Tua and all the reasons why he shouldn't say it or wouldn't, but ultimately,
Yeah, but it ain't been a
distraction.
distraction. I don't think it's risen to the
It
level of
hasn't been a
distraction
distraction.
either. You know what I
It
mean? Like,
hasn't.
we were talking
It
about it
hasn't.
last night, but that was it. It's like, okay, it's over with.
I, I,
Like,
I think this has been very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of living up to what they're preaching a little bit here this year, as far as
yeah,
accountability, as
you
far
could
as
say that.
lack of
You
distraction.
could argue that. I mean, well,
Yeah,
look, with Minka, people were upset that he hasn't been talking to the media, but you could also turn that around and say, well, that's what it looks like when you're putting your head down and getting to work.
yeah. It might just be, that's
But
probably
what do I need to
best
talk
served
to the
right now.
media for? That's not my job is to put my head down and make tackles.
Well,
You
it's
know what I
also
mean?
the team being smart about it. He's out there practicing. That's great. But you know what? There's a little bit of contract stuff going on. We'd rather our media, our local media, not bombard him about contract details and create what? Distractions. We're going to
And by the
avoid
way,
the
I
distractions.
I wasn't. I want to just clarify. I wasn't trying to invoke the shut up and dribble to Minka. What I'm saying is Minka has decided for himself to shut up and dribble.
I
You
think
know what I mean? Like
I
that's
think
all I'm saying.
collectively they avoided the distractions. Minka by not being, outspoken about it. The Dolphins by keeping him away from the media while they take care of this and just
Hmm.
avoid the problems. Minka? They don't need Minka. What's it like being back in Miami now that you want a new contract? Blah, 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 blah. Why do you hate the Steelers? You know what? Let's just miss him on all that shit. Let's protect our player. Let's protect our team, and let's create less
Yeah.
distractions. Because what we're
And
trying to
then the
do
other thing
is
is, who
build
gives
a
a
new
fuck about
culture.
his time in the Steelers? The man was
I don't give a
drafted
shit.
by the Dolphins. He's a Miami Dolphin, bro. Does anybody remember him coming out in Miami Vice suit and shit, bro? White
Yeah, fuck
suit.
all that bullshit. Yeah,
That dude is Miami, bro, to the bone.
100% to the
Fuck
bone. Why do you think he
Pittsburgh.
back? Yeah, I ain't interested in it. And you know what? Listen, I got my gripes with this team. But until otherwise, what they're preaching is what they're practicing. Will it translate on the field? I'm willing to give them the chance at this point because I'm seeing consistency in the energy that they're talking about. I want to, I want to see how that works out. I mean, look, I'm worried about the cornerbacks. Chris Greer goes and signs two of them. Now, granted, yeah, we ain't got a Jalen Ramsey back there, but that's not idealistically how they've decided to go with this defense. So it
Right.
is what it is. And I got to be honest, I've got full faith that Weaver's going to figure it out one way or another.
Yeah, that's our Jalen Ramsey right there. Is Anthony Weaver. The guy with the
Yeah, come
headset
on,
on is
bro.
our Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. And I don't care. Jalen Ramsey wasn't that effective in this defense with Weaver's change coming that way. Maybe we'll see Minkah go back to all pro
That might not
in
even
this
be a
defense.
failure. That might not even be a failure of Jalen Ramsey. It just is what
It's
it is,
not. It
you
could
know?
be just a schematic thing. It has nothing to do with him. It could be just schematic.
I mean, that was kind of one of the knocks of Richard Sherman too, which is why he didn't do anything after he was on one team after the Seahawks, the Rams, right? Wasn't he with
I
the
don't
Rams
remember.
or the
I thought
49ers or no? Who did
I
he
thought he
go
went to the
with?
49ers and then
49ers. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but my point is that he kind of fizzled out, sort of like Jalen Ramsey. Like, and the biggest knock on Richard Sherman was that he was only a one side guy. Like he was only a
yeah.
right-handed corner or whatever. You know what I mean? And even though he pushed back against that narrative, ultimately he couldn't thrive longer like Deion Sanders did. You know, or I could argue Jalen Ramsey because Jalen Ramsey won a Super Bowl after he left Jacksonville. So you could argue Jalen Ramsey is the real deal when it comes to comparing him to guys like Richard Sherman. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I've been trying to keep up.
And make sure to shout him out. Make sure you
Somebody
guys are
got
hitting the
their
like
Twitter.
button.
Oh, Ghost got his Twitter ban lifted. Wow, 2 years, huh?
Ghost was banned on Twitter.
Apparently for like 2 years, man. He
Damn.
didn't buy enough
For what?
Teslas.
Damn, dude. I banned for 2 years. What you did, Ghost? Damn.
That must have been political. That was political, bro. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I see some crazy shit on Twitter, dog. To think that you got banned for 2 years, I'm just going.
That's how you know it's. That's how you know it's political.
Shit on there too. Anyhow, of effectiveness of cornerbacks and everything like that. I know Cater Kohu got a little nicked up and came out of practice yesterday. I don't like that. I hope he's all right. I think we're going to expect to see Cater Kohu play a little outside this year.
All right, so his ACL is okay, bro. I haven't got the update on that, man.
I haven't gotten the updates exactly on what's going on, but from what I have heard, it's not that serious. But they're going to play
nothing like losing your entire flank, bro. Jeez, man.
I mean, dude. The only guy you really know in your cornerback room, really know, is not going to play. Storm Duck, I like, but let's not act like
and forget about the corner position,
bro.
And forget about the corner position. I haven't been exaggerating, dude. I haven't been embellishing. The dude is the best open field tackler on our team, second to none.
That's not even debatable.
It's not even close to debatable.
If it's one man to beat and it's Cater Kohu,
you're not getting by him, bro.
I don't care who you are, because even if you're Derrick Henry and you're going to run him over, he's just going to get extra low and just ankle tackle you.
And even if he don't get you down, you're still not getting by him, because he will hold you enough for the rest of the crew to get there. If you're too big for him,
that's it.
You know,
he's the most sure DB tackler we got. That's a fact.
He's like flies on shit, man. You know what I mean, bro?
That's it, boy. You can't shake the homie, dog. You can't shake him. And you know what?
That sounded like an insult, but it was meant as a compliment.
It's not. He flies on shit on you, boy. White on rice, bitch.
White on rice, right. God, well, not all rice is white, dude. There is brown rice and
I just want to
yellow rice.
Anybody. I'm passing in through Jacksonville right now, Color. I just want to say, Jacksonville, fix your fucking roads, bro.
And fix your fucking police department too.
That too, get your shit together, Jacksonville. What's going on? Your PD's out here capping. Your roads are. Come on, dude. Look, of course I'm in Jacksonville, and this motorcycle guy got to get right up in front of him, create space because he's gonna wreck, and I'm gonna have to run him over. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. I don't know why you're right on the ass of the car in front of me. We're all going 60 because the roads are shitty. What a dumbass, dude. Jacksonville.
Don't motorcycles have don't they have an inherent issue with braking like a car? They don't brake like a car does, man.
They front end brake, bro. So your back.
You have to have miles in front of you to brake in a bike. You don't just slam on the brake.
Yeah, you can. They can stop short as fuck if you stay down and know what you're doing.
Oh, well, the bike will stop short, but that doesn't mean the person will.
There is some centrifugal force math up in this bitch, I'm sure. But I don't have the data here in front of me, Color, so I'll let that be. Anyhow, back to corners. We've added some guys. We're not going to get into much of that. I did have in the title, though, Cam Smith. Cam Smith. Is this guy a bust? Is it done? Who? For a second round pick?
I have no idea who you're talking about, Kat. I've never heard of this guy before.
At this point, I wish we would have kept Igbo. If we would have kept Igbo, we would be okay. But Cam Smith.
Oh, you mean the guy that had statistically an equal season to Ramsey last year? That guy? No, not him.
I don't know who drafted that guy, Color.
I can't remember. I couldn't remember. I couldn't tell you.
Chad.
I think it was the same place that guy. I think it was the same place that guy Minkah was drafted, bro.
Oh shit. Oh, that's us.
Y'all
we drafted him.
Oh, that's right. It was us.
It was us.
Miami.
It was us.
Thanks, man. I almost couldn't figure that out.
Wow. Chris Greer with another hit that didn't hit, and so was it a miss? I don't know. I would say if you're really going to hang a bad draft pick over Chris Greer, Cam Smith is literally 1 year away from being an absolute bust of a draft pick.
Well, Kat, don't. And I know I keep harping on this, dude. But don't forget who was available instead of Cam Smith. We're not just talking about making the wrong pick because that was the guy and it was just wrong.
Who was it, Color?
No.
Who was it?
There was a best on board player available for us to draft that plays the corner position, who comes from the University of Miami and who is falling out right now in Chicago from the moment he got there, and that's Tyreek Stevenson.
Talk about it.
So it's not just, oh, I picked the wrong guy. It was not only did you pick the wrong guy, but you waived the guy who's a superstar.
It's not just that you picked the wrong guy, Color. You let the
you
guy
faded the star. He faded the star, bro. That's the problem. It's not that he picked.
He faded the local star, Color. The local star.
Like, dude, there are two things. If I were to go into a draft as a GM, right? There are two rules that I have on my board. If they're a DB and they're from Florida State or Miami, they're the best on my board. Period. End story.
You know for a fact, if they go to one of the big schools here in Florida at cornerback, at minimum they got dog. At minimum they have dog. Then you can.
I mean, do we have to name them? Do we have to name them? Sean Alexander, or was he a linebacker? Doesn't matter. Still sits in the secondary. Was it Sean? Not Sean Alexander. What's his name? It was a running back. What's his name? The guy that died, bro.
I don't know.
The big time guy that died. That was a hurricane.
I mean, there's so
Sean
many.
Taylor. Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, fucking Sean Taylor.
Yeah.
One of the goats.
And who were we just talking about? Jalen Ramsey. Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders from Fort Myers and went to FSU. I mean, again, you know, minimally, if they're from one of the big schools in Florida as a corner or defense, they got dog in them. If they were, come through the system here, then you can already take that off your board in a player evaluation. You got to look at skill set.
Bro, the secondary of my garbage ass high school was called the Four Horsemen, dude. That's how much pride Floridians take in their secondaries, man.
Yeah, don't play that bullshit.
And that was in a bad school.
Don't play that.
That was in a. Our team was garbage, and we still revered our secondary like that. You know what I mean? The defensive back coach was the most honored coach on our team, bro. Everybody loved him. Coach Robinson. He was actually my world geography teacher too. Because they made our all the coaches and sports coaches be actual teachers too. So a lot of them were teaching like electives. Right.
In every way. So I did want to point out something Mike McDaniel had said, and I got the quote. He's every day chopping wood, chasing technique, fundamentals, and being one with his teammates. It's boring, but it's the formula. That's what he has to say. Is that not the
Right. Well, I know what it means for a wide receiver. I know what it means for a receiver to be practicing in the dark. It means they're getting good.
Yeah, I guess.
Bro, the best time to practice catching a football is right at sundown, bro.
I would say that he's been doing it in the dark for years now. So maybe let's bring it into the fucking light for once. He's chopping wood in the dark. What does that mean? Chopping wood. First of all, dangerous as hell to chop wood in the dark.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, real quick. True Fin fan just added to my point. Shout out to True Fin. Good seeing you around the tailgate, man. Get off a pizza nipple for a little while. Let's True Fin pointed out Ed Reed. I can't even believe I left out Ed Reed.
Oh yeah, no, you totally left that Ed Reed. Yeah. Get off pizza nipples is wild, bro. Damn. Damn.
How else am I going to get him to come back if I don't make fun of him, dude?
That's true.
You know, they only come back when we make fun of them, bro. Nobody wants to, be talked nice to anymore.
Raph says that Tua throws in the dark. Listen, I just can't.
No, that's blindfolded. That's a little bit different.
I know, right? If I was a player and my coach's take on how I'm doing is that I'm chopping wood in the dark.
Better be wearing shin guards.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Chopping wood in the dark sounds like he's masturbating.
Well, that's like running with a pair of scissors, dude. Chopping wood in the dark. It's like literally like running with a pair of scissors.
Sounds like he's masturbating, bro. Sounds like he's doing some naughty stuff.
No, that's walking the dog, bro. When your boss is like when you're
in the dark color.
No, but when your lead foreman, when your lead foreman tells
you chop wood in the dark.
Yeah, but Cap, you know when the lead foreman tells the crew, "Hey, I'm going to lunch," or he's like, "I'm going to walk the dog at home." You know what he's doing, bro.
I don't know. That sounds like he might be walking a dog. But if I tell you to stop chopping wood in the dark, it sounds dirty. Hey, boy, quit chopping that wood in the dark. Grandmama said you're going blind. I mean, damn, dude, what the hell? I don't know. I hope and pray that Cam Smith gets this figured out, bro. It would be so great if he's a outside corner that we can rely on. But, dude, I mean, Storm Duck played more than him last year. That's not good. That's a good thing.
Marino's GOAT. What's up, buddy?
I don't think that Storm Duck playing as much of a look how good Storm Duck is as it is really an indictment on what Cam Smith is. And that's
right. Yeah, you're getting outshined by a guy named Storm Duck, bro. You're, man, I'm just saying. No shade on Storm.
We got him. I look at a kid that's got all of the gifts. All of them. He's got all of the abilities and all of the gifts that you would want someone to physically possess at the corner position. But it's the same thing coming out with him. In college, he's just sitting out there on an island, beat the man in front of you. I don't think he has any idea what the hell the defense is doing, what's going on, what his fucking job is, what he needs to do. I think he can only line up and try to beat the man in front of him. In which case, that's good if you're elite at that, and he's not. He's got stuff, but he's not elite.
Well, the other thing is those talents those abilities and gifts you're talking about, and Ali can attest to this. We've only seen those one day, and that was opening day of camp last year. That was the last time we saw anything inspiring from Cam Smith.
Well, yeah, but I was saying when we drafted him, I watched it. I went back and watched film on him, and I was like, you know what? I see what they see in him. I thought maybe this isn't a Chris Greer's son.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It was the first day of camp his rookie year. We saw all those, what you're talking about. Ali and I were right there at camp thinking, wow, this dude's got the gift, bro. He's got some skills, like that was the last time we saw it.
It's incredible. I mean, look, hopefully, like Mike McDaniel says, is that he's been in the dark, chopping the wood, and he's going to come out like a fucking lumberjack and be slinging axes all over the place. Or he's just fucking pulling his pud, chopping wood in the dark, and ain't been doing nothing but fucking off. And I'm not cool with that. I mean, this kid needs to get shit or get off the pot. He's got a golden opportunity here. He's only got this year and next year on a contract, in which case he can make buku dollars. In which case, I promise you this, if the Dolphins end up cutting him and he doesn't do jack shit this year, he'll be another bounce around guy and he'll find himself with jobless in 2027. And I
Well,
mean
this idea
jobless.
that he's a friend of the family and all that has to be true, bro. All that has to be
Oh no, it
true.
is. He was Chris Greer's son. Cam Smith and him were college roommates.
Well, I know that it's true. What I meant was that they would actually utilize a multi-million-dollar NFL franchise to do somebody like that a favor. That seems to be true now.
I mean, buddy, that's always been true. It's not who. It's
Oh,
not what you know.
I know, but it's like so. I've never seen it so apparent like that, bro.
Who's this?
Well, Cameron Good, bro. Cameron Good broke his knee, Rafi. Okay, and not only that, he's a 7th round pick, dude, or 6th round.
Yeah,
like we're talking about Cameron Good, man.
Was like, yeah, and what is he? A depth
Cameron Good.
guy?
Cameron Good was backing up Jalen Phillips when nobody even expected him to ever see the field.
And I'm telling you this, in his limited snaps, he was effective. He was effective in his snaps.
And because he's not elite, he got his knee broke on a kickoff return. Okay. You know, so we know he's not a 1st round type talent, right? But we're talking about a guy that was supposed to just be a body. And he's literally like the first backup to Jalen Phillips right now. Or at least when he did get time in the game. Now, we brought in Chop since then, and we've got in a couple. Cameron Good has definitely gone down the pecking order simply because he's been injured.
Of course.
Now, if Cam would have never got injured, I think he'd actually be competing with these other guys we've been bringing in.
Potentially, and who knows? Maybe he'll never be the same, which we saw flash a little bit the year he got injured. But either way, his draft status doesn't indicate high need.
Exactly.
Which he took a shot on.
Exactly, like, because even if Cam Good is just average, that is a steal at where we drafted him at.
It'd be like saying right now.
It's like getting Duke. What's his name? Duke. Remember Duke Riley? It's like getting him in the 7th round.
No, well, we didn't get him in the 7th round, but no, it's like getting.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is it'd be like getting Duke Riley like late round. That's the quality of player you're getting. That's such a deep, so late in the draft, man.
Yeah, you got a 7th rounder coming in there, and he plays meaningful snaps.
Yeah, that's a good pick, dude. Now I know it sounds like I'm hyping him up like he's going to be John Offerall or something. No, I'm just saying for what he's expected at his draft grade and all that, and his name status and whatever else, the dude is putting in the work, man.
The UDFA, he has super speed. As wildly.
A guy that we picked instead of somebody that's balling out right now. You know what I mean? Like, and you can say, well, you could also say, well, nobody could ever predict that Tyreek Stevenson was going to be a baller. Well, actually, people could have. Did I already mention the names that have come from the University of Miami at that position? Right. He also played in this weather for 3 seasons.
because it leaves us a little bit vulnerable to Cam Smith. Guy in from the Raiders. They call him Jack. Jack Jones, I think his name is, or some shit.
Yeah.
I guess it's Jack. I don't know what the fuck.
Another guy we brought in that's
Another dude
actually
from
got some talent. Mike Hilton, is that his name?
Yeah, Mike Hilton. Yeah, no, he's got. Listen, boom.
He's got some clout. What does he play? Corner or what? There's safety or
Both corners. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Jack Jones and I get it. That's because Artie Burns went down.
Well, TD's considering it elite talent. Do you see TD's title from his show last night? We're back, baby. We're competitors now, bro, because of them signings.
I missed that.
Yeah.
We were live last night.
I think it's because of Hilton. I think Mike Hilton's got some clout coming in, dude. If I remember, the name has definitely been. I've heard it called plenty of times on Sunday. You know what I mean?
Here's one thing for certain. We're going to be seeing these boys on the field because it doesn't look like we're going to see Cam fucking Smith on the field. And that's what's pissed me off.
Right. Just like you said earlier, get me Noah back, bro. Bring back the Ark, man.
Nah, he's staying. He ain't dumb. He's staying right where he's at.
Oh, the port in Fort Lauderdale can handle the Ark, bro. We got plenty of room. They bring in battleships in there and shit, man.
It's true. I don't know, man.
They had a destroyer parked at Port Palm Beach when I was a kid one time, man.
You know, and you got to
right up by a beer can.
Both of these guys got brought in the same day that Cater Kohu kind of got a little nicked up. I hope he's fine. Again, we're waiting on some confirmation on all that. But they signed both these guys. Now, Raul Douglas, I guess he had – I know for a fact, and I told you guys a while ago, Dolphins are interested in getting Raul Douglas and getting Asante Samuel and are in talks with both of them. But the same day, Raul Douglas – pretty much turning the Dolphins down. They signed both these guys. Now, now that they signed both these guys, to me, it's even worse of a look for Cam Smith because they brought both these guys in. Yeah, Artie went down, but they didn't bring one guy in. They brought two, and they didn't know Cater Kohu was going to get a little nicked up either. They were bringing them all in because Cam Smith ain't getting shit done, and that's a problem, bro.
Well,
real
quick.
What is good though? Because heading into the draft, I would say safety was our number one need. Safety and D tackle, and right now, D tackle and safety seem like our potential strong suits. So
right. And here, real quick, what's up, Aqua? How you doing today? Aqua says Hilton is strictly a nickel corner, and then Marino's.
You're breaking up, Color. What happened? Is that me? I can't hear you. Uh-oh. We lost you there,
Sorry about that. So Marino's GOAT comes in with his PFF grade at 91.7, number one run-stop corner in the league.
Yeah,
bro, are you serious? Like,
well, that's
okay. So real quick, GOAT.
That's got to be because I know and got to imagine that they've been testing Cater Kohu out on the boundary. I think he's better in the corner and in the nickel, but I think they need him on the boundary because Cam Smith can't. And now,
well, and Cater being injured, right? But that was going to be my question to Marino's GOAT. If Cater Kohu is our best tackler on the team, you could argue our best run-stopping corner. What's his grade compared to Mike Hilton's? You know what I mean? Like, damn, I like that. I like that a lot, bro.
That's crazy. Well, listen, I think it's going right along with the less distractions in the narrative. They want to be tougher, bro. They want to be tough. This defense, I'll tell you what, if from what I can see out of this defense, if that becomes the mentality, identity of this team, Dolphins.
I mean, if we got, bro, and here, are they playing like, so he's a nickel corner, and you could argue that based on Cater's pass Well, but you could argue based on Cater's pass coverage, or lack thereof, that we've just got two really solid nickel corners now.
Yeah, that's
In other words, that should highly improve our third down percentage, because now Cater or vice versa has somebody to come in instead of being the guy on 100% of the downs. Yeah, I got you, but they're still good, but they can still utilize Cater in the nickel like that because they know he can tackle.
Well, but they can utilize it, and also it creates a personnel problem for the offense. They see Cater out there.
What if they see both? I mean, which side?
Well,
You're abandoning your run play.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you bet. Check.
Yeah,
check,
if it's
check.
if it's 3rd and 2 and both them guys are on the field, or 3rd and 6 and if both them guys are on the field, you're audibling to a pass play.
Yeah, you're definitely not running the ball.
Which means you could argue, well, that may not be beneficial to you if, let's say, your pass coverage sucks. But where it is beneficial is that now you've isolated what's coming. Now you know what's coming, and knowing what's coming for a defense is the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's the only advantage that the offense has on the defense is knowing what they're going to deliver. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be excited once we start getting a little bit of scrimmaging going on. Don't we have some scheduled scrimmages with some teams this year? I want to say
I would hope so.
Houston's one of them, and Washington. Does anybody in chat know who we got scheduled with? I thought it was Houston and Washington.
So let's say you're talking about one of them really brutal 98-degree Miami days, bro. Just having another guy that's as quality a tackler as a cornerback as Cater, you know what I mean? That should inherently tell you we're never going to have a guy that's gassed on 3rd down. So it should inherently increase our 3rd down percentage on defense, dude.
Look, I think this team's going to be real stingy against the run. I think they're going to be real stingy as far as how much time you're going to have in the pocket.
Well, what's one of the biggest problems we have on defense throughout the last couple seasons?
It's been
getting off the field.
Not being able to stop the run, being one-dimensional, really.
Not being able to get off the field on 3rd and 7. We can get off the field on 3rd and 2. We can get off the field on 3rd and 14. We can't get off the field on 3rd and 7, dude. And that is at the mid-level. That is at the mid-level, right where the nickel corner sits, dude. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I think a lot of times there was 3rd and short.
Well, I guess in this league, though, what do you consider short in this league? 7 yards is short.
No, it's not. Get the fuck out of here.
3rd, come on, bro. You telling me Kansas City doesn't look at 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7 as 3rd and short?
I don't give a fuck. Kansas City ain't the league, bro.
Right, but that's why they win Super Bowls, is because they're in that mentality.
They win Super Bowls because they got the greatest quarterback in the
game. You go to games. You know as well as I do, maybe it's been a while since you've been, since last year, but as soon as you get there and you start smelling that grass because it's so close, you remember every time, oh, that's right. Everything looks a lot shorter in real life. Dude, 10 yards is like, it's amazing to me that it's so hard for a team to get 10 yards. When you're there at the field, knowing how small it actually is, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It makes you realize how good these defenses really are, bro. Like 10 yards, man. That's like, that's a flip of the wrist for me.
Goddamn, dude, they split the middle lane. As soon as you get into Georgia, there's 3 lanes, and they split apart the middle lane, so you have to go. It's wild.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You start getting out of Florida, they don't understand traffic patterns anywhere else in the country, dude.
It says, thank you for being in Florida. Bye. See you motherfuckers later. You get in here, and it's like, stay in your lane. It's got a split, and they got concrete block barricades. It's like diamonding out in the middle lane for some reason. I don't know what they're doing in the middle lane, but fucking wild as hell. It looks
It's
like,
like
it looks like if you go right, it's a turning lane, but really no, they're both staying straight.
right.
It's just weird to stay on the
It's like
interstate
they're
and
gonna
keep
build.
going
It's like they're
on a.
gonna build a flyover. It's like they're gonna build a flyover, like they're like the
Oh,
big
maybe that's
bridge
what they're gonna
over
do.
down in
Yeah,
Miami.
maybe that's.
Right.
But it's just wild, bro. Wild to fucking. I mean, damn.
But
I
dude, like
almost
in
panicked.
Missouri, you'll be driving along a road in Missouri in the right lane. You'll cross an intersection, right, and then the lane will just end. You'll have to merge over. It won't. There's no sign. There's no road markings. There's no indication that this right lane is just gonna cease to exist.
Crazy.
It's crazy. But can you just put up a
Yes.
sign? Oh, and they also in Missouri they have in the when you're in the local areas, their little state road alternate state roads are named with letters, right? So you have Highway A and Highway B, and then the secondary roads for those roads are double letters. So
Yo,
you'll have
color, real
Highway
quick.
B.
Color, real quick. I just driving by and there's a sign. It says DUI and it's got a red circle and an X through it. And it says at the top, it's the law. And then at the bottom it says, don't do it. Or don't you do it for DUI or whatever. It's like, that's what you,
That's one of Georgia's monikers right
yeah,
there. They're
do it. Don't you do it. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Don't you do it.
Shout out to Ace with the Donny color.
Well, Ace, how's it going? Says $10 for the haters and naysayers. Salute.
Oh yeah.
Well, there you go, haters. You got $10 from Ace today.
Yeah, you bitches.
Thanks, Ace. No, but so like so they got like the tertiary roads for those highway, like Highway A would be Highway AA, Highway BB for Highway B, right? And I shit you not, there is a place that has a Highway K and an alternate road, and they intersect. And those idiots literally put up both signs next to each other at the intersection. I shit you not, dude.
Say it again.
So there is a place in southern Missouri, southeastern Missouri, where one of the roads is named Highway K. Okay. And its secondary road is double lettered Highway KK. And they literally intersect, and the idiots actually put both of the signs next to each other. I shit you not.
So they have Highway KKK.
No, that's what when you're approaching.
Highway K and Highway KK, and they're right
so
next
hold
to
on.
each other.
So here it is, right? So KK is the sec. Well, listen real quick. So KK is a secondary road. It dead ends at K, so it T's right there. And when you're approaching the T, you see two signs next to each other.
You see
for
Highway
both
K and Highway KK,
and then Highway KK right next to it.
And I call shenanigans on the accident of that.
That's what I'm saying. There is nobody that is that moronic, dude. There is no way that's not purposeful.
That is an intentional slight.
You can't even put a divider between the two?
Come on, bro. What kind of bullshit is that?
I mean, call me a voyeur, but I did take a picture for proof. I've never shown it to anybody, but I only took it in case somebody actually asked me for proof.
Shit right now.
But I don't intend to I don't offer it as proof because I don't even want to look at the image. You know what I mean?
I want that image because I want to send it out there and call out the state.
It's crazy.
Their bullshit.
I could not believe it, dude. And of course, I'm in my service van. I was a satellite technician, right? And I'm in my service van, and I'm literally the only person. I'm like the only person within 100 miles of this place, dude.
Shithole.
I'm like, I turned my hat front ways. So I'm like, I don't even want to wear my hat backwards around here, dude.
Yeah, you best not get pulled the fuck over and get beat down.
We don't like your kind around here wearing your hat backwards.
We don't take kindly to people like you.
Wearing your hat backwards. There's only one type of person that wears their hat backwards.
Wear your hat the right way, boy.
Yeah, so
That's fucked up.
if you really want to see it, or see the proof, I'll show you the proof, Cap, just so that you can back me up to tell other people he's not lying. You know what I mean? I'm not exaggerating.
I'm saying Liz
Dude, it's
deliverance
not even on
vibes,
my current phone.
100%.
It's not even on my current phone. I don't even know where I'd go to look for it at this point. From one of my old
Pretty sure I could
phones.
do a Google search of the images out there. I'm sure you ain't the first.
Just do a Google
Somebody's like,
Street
yeah, what
View.
the fuck?
It's somewhere down in the county is south of Jefferson County. It's St. Genevieve County, I believe, is the county, or Franklin
So,
County.
Ronnie's asking, did the
Washington
Dolphins
County.
really pay a washed up player? Talking about Jalen Ramsey, Ronnie? I mean, could you call him washed? Isn't he only like 20, what,
You talking about Minka?
26, 27? Yeah,
You
Minkah.
talking about Minka? Yeah,
Yeah, is Minkah washed?
I guess. Because he started falling off in Pittsburgh last year, which is obvious why. He obviously wanted out,
I don't think that's the obvious reason
or
why.
not wanted out, but was like not believing in them at the moment anymore. You know what I mean?
Here's what I think it was. They were asking Minkah to come up and play too much space. Who the fuck knows? Maybe I don't know, man.
Well,
I
it's not
feel
like
like
the
Minkah
Pittsburgh.
has the last 2 years lost a little bit of that step. But you know
They may
what?
have, but again,
Sometimes it's
it's no.
best. Sometimes it's best for everybody to get a new deal.
I hear you. At the same time, nobody can argue that Pittsburgh is a model team right now. So when you're not a model team, this is where I will revert back to. It's a team sport, and everybody is affected by failures. I mean, when you can't get off the field for other reasons, that increases the opportunity that a guy like Minkah gets burned. It just does.
Well,
If your offense can't hold on to the ball and your defense is always on the field, you're going to increase the number of times that your DBs can get burned. So nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Deion Sanders could not do what he did if his defense was on the field the number of times that some of these bad teams' defenses are on
I
the
don't know.
field.
I think he
Sorry.
could because, as I remember, when he was a dirty
He
bird,
wasn't doing that. Nah,
he
he
was
was
playing
not doing that
special
in their
teams.
1
He
in
was doing
15
punt
season.
return, kickoff
He was
return.
not
They
doing
were
that
putting
in
him
their
out
1
there
in
at fucking
15 season.
wide receiver. That
You
bitch
know what?
didn't leave
Maybe
the
I'm wrong.
field.
You know
Yeah,
what? I'm speaking off the
yeah,
cuff. I'm speaking off the
yeah,
cuff.
color.
But
Think
I'm
about it.
willing to
That
bet.
motherfucker
Hold
played
on,
both
though.
sides of the ball.
No, wait a minute, though. I'm willing to bet, though. I'm speaking off the cuff. I haven't looked at his season statistically. Okay. But I'm willing to bet that 1 in 15 season, if he was already there, I guarantee you he wasn't doing Deion Sanders things that year. Like it maybe
Shout out to
once or twice, you know.
Shout out to the homie Ace again. He says extra $10 for safety. I'm out. But in regards to Minkah, he's been balling out in practice. TFTG. Hashtag TFTG. I mean, yeah, he has. Well, he's been doing good in practice. I feel like he's making his own. I feel like now that, listen, it's done. He's got his contract taken care of. He wants getting paid what he wants to get paid. He's been a good soldier about it. It hasn't been a distraction like we talked about earlier. Let's see how it translates in this defense
Yeah,
because Minka's just going to be the center fielder back there because the whole ideology of the defense is that front seven. We're going to be dialing up blitzes with the linebackers. We're going to be dialing up formations to offset the defense to the strong side of the play and really just trying to be disruptive up there, in which case
right,
that should bode well for Minkah.
right. And here's the other thing: who beat the Ravens last year, or wasn't it them? No, that was the Browns. Uh, Minka is used to playing against Baltimore. That's a benefit to us.
And
Uh,
Cincy.
he also got a chance to firsthand observe Baltimore's defense and what Anthony Weaver does over there when he was there. So that's a benefit. And I'm going to put this other thing out here that nobody's considered. And it takes a guy like me or El Cap or Ali or one of the TFTG gang to put this out there because it'll eventually be one of us that thinks of it. Had anybody considered, given the way that Minkah left, with the off the field issue that was going on between him and Xavier Howard, between him and Flores, between him and all that.
Well,
Hold on. Has anybody considered that Greer and Minka had a special deal going on. Like, hey, just go up. We're going to get you out of here. Go up
I
to
think it's
Pittsburgh
already
for a
been
couple
reported
seasons.
on, Color.
No, wait. What I'm
Color,
saying
I
is,
think it's already
go
been
up to
reported
Pittsburgh.
on
Go up to
that they have a
Pittsburgh
good
for a couple
relationship.
seasons. Right, but that's what I'm saying. Go up to Pittsburgh for a couple seasons. Cool off. You're a young guy. Miami ain't going anywhere. Come back home when you're ready. So
I'll tell you what,
he
Color,
did what he needed to do last year in Pittsburgh to get out of their good graces.
I'll tell you what, Color, if by some weird reality Christian Wilkins ends up back with the Dolphins,
well,
I would say, man, Chris Greer he's got the
that might be a different reason, but I get your point. The reason I'm saying that, putting this out there though, Cap, is for the same reason I reminded
Miami,
everybody.
Baby, it's in the
Well,
blood.
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. When you're talking about a guy that comes out in draft night in Miami uniform, like you know what I mean? Like you could consider that the uniform of the civilian in Miami. You know what I mean?
Miami's so good, it's like couscous.
So what I'm saying about him going and taking a break, getting away from people like Xavier, getting away from Flores, and always planning to be able to come back here.
He didn't really need to get away from Flores because, as Cap for Life pointed out, Flores went to Pittsburgh. But it was
right. Well, that's true.
Xavier Howard and a little bit of
true. I just meant to say that it could have always been his plan to be back in Miami. That could have always been his plan. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's
with
every
what was
NFL
going.
athlete's
Well,
plan
if you remember what the issue was, but if you remember what the issue was between him and Xavier, that's the kind of thing that you can't just stay with. You know what I mean?
No, that's a
Xavier's not here anymore. Xavier's not here anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so I mean, we underestimate that you and I never do, but a lot of people underestimate the humanity involved with these people. They are human beings.
Well, you gotta not just take everything in a binary sense. You have to get a little bit psychological with the reasonings behind things that people do and don't do. If you're not
taking those listening right now, shaking his finger, going, "Damn, that color is spot on."
You're missing the mark. Yeah, you're missing the mark if you're not taking that into your calculus. It's just the truth.
Minka, right now, Minka's listening, going, "My color, no shit."
He does. He's like, well, we do know this, Color. They certainly do watch the program in the locker room, and most importantly, I think they love Color. I think that's really the key of it all. That's really the key.
They know everything on the tailgate. That's because they know all my estimations, assessments, and opinions come right from my heart. I ain't trying to propagandize nothing for them or against them.
Aw, I know you're from the heart, Color.
I'm trying to propagandize good motherfucking football. And that's the key to Miami being great again.
Talk about it.
Any story. The sport is football. It's not anything else. It's not curling. It's not look at me and how good I look. It's football. And we're not going to be great again until we start playing good football.
That's it. And what, Color? Consistency.
Yeah. Execution.
Consistency, buddy. Execution and consistency.
I wouldn't give a fuck if Preston Williams donned a dress and went out on a runway in freaking France somewhere if he's executing his job.
Yeah, but he didn't execute, did he? He got so into. He thought he was gonna be the next superstar. He got wrapped up in the nonsense.
Devontae Parker. You know, Xbox is that important to you, buddy? Go have at it. You know,
in his head. Well, I think we had a good show, man. I think I had a good time doing this. I might do this on my commute every now and again.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Shout out to YouTube for getting a nice little streaming stage going on now.
I'm saying.
I got to get in the weeds and check that out a little more.
It's done on the phone, right through on the. You got to go right to YouTube, and you go right there and do it.
It's like an easy way to do quick shorts, man.
Well, you're an admin on our account, so
Right.
you should be able to do it right there on the gate. So
Right.
something to just have on
Maybe
the
I can
phone,
pop
mobile.
for 5 or 10 minutes every day in the short form. You know
Just
what
a
I mean?
little something, bro. Yeah, on the phone while you're doing some shit. You're pissed. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are they doing? Or damn, did you see this? Real quick, done. It's on there. Boom,
Hmm.
boom. I appreciate everybody coming by, man. Hit the like button if you guys haven't. Subscribe if you're new. And, become a member. Support the program. Shout out to Ace with the donations. Shout out to the members. You guys keep the lifeblood of this programming continuing to go.
And my
We do it
chat
for the
stopped.
likes. We do it for
My
this.
chat stopped scrolling, so I apologize for not interacting with everybody. But shout out to everybody in chat. You know I love you.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody. Yeah, and we'll get with y'all next time, man. Let me see. How do I stop going live color? That's the real question.
Oh, outtakes.
Hmm.
It's that big red button. It's always the red button.
Is it this? No, is it this?
Now
It says I
HP
can
is going to
remove
add a little
you.
nuclear blast after I said that. It's always the
Let
red
me see.
button.
Is it this one? How do I? Is it that? End stream. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, we'll see y'all later.